All right, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Peaches and Tea, where we talk about owning a waxing center, running a waxing center, and being part of a waxing center. We're joined by Angie, of course, and our newest member, Nyah. Welcome to the
Hey,
team.
hey
And then
guys.
Madge and CJ, include a round of applause right here. So, Nyah, tell us a little bit about your journey in becoming like a waxer and what made you want to become a waxer and like how you took those steps to becoming a waxer.
So about like 4 years ago, COVID class, I graduated from Parisian and I did the cosmetology program. So went through the
Oh,
cosmetology program and I was like, damn, I kind of wish I did aesthetics because I was like, damn, like I don't like I like doing hair, like it's cool, but not full time. It was more like friends and family kind of vibe. And
mm,
then so graduated beauty school in 2021. That itself was a journey because we were first COVID class, so it was like a lot of trial and error. So my first 3 months were online. So that actually took a big hit on like, damn, like, do I really want to do this? Like, is this like, because it's a lot of difficulties that we had, like, brought upon us, especially with like the Zoom connection, just stuff like that. Like learning to cut hair through a screen,
yeah,
girl,
that's not good.
girl, no, it wasn't it. So yeah, fast forward, I graduated. So state board was closed, so we had to get a job right out of graduation. Salons are just getting built back up from all the hits they took from not being open. Just like,
Yeah.
COVID was a crazy time. A lot of people lost a lot of money, stuff like that. So I worked at about like 2 to 3 hair salons, and they weren't really offering like the training that was said, basically, kind of thing. Because beauty school kind of just teaches you how to pass state board. It doesn't really teach you too many techniques, things of that
Yeah.
nature. So for me, I feel like that also added to the like, yeah, I don't think hair is for me because it was just a lot of being behind the bowl, washing hair, taking down
Hmm.
color. Not a lot of, like people are trying to take the time out to teach me certain things, techniques, things like that. So it was kind of just like, I kind of really don't want this. Like it's like a lot of wear and tear. Like I just felt like my body was getting wear and tear and just like my mental, it just wasn't for me, hair.
Hmm.
So I talked to my cousin. She went to school for aesthetics, and she was like, "Girl, I work at European Wax Center. Like, why don't you just try it out? Like, they train you, whatever, whatever. You already have the license. You might as well just continue with something else because you paid so much money. Might as well use your license." So I was like, "Okay, you're right. You're right." So went into European, did my little training. I will say their trainings are pretty good. Pretty good
Yeah.
for just getting you started, learning the step by step, powdering, cleansing, like all the three steps that they say.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so that was a good introduction. And from there, I kind of dived more into skincare and aesthetics. And I realized, like, damn, like, I really do like this. Like, it's, it's more like intimate. And I like that. Like, you're really like fixing problems or like guiding people through their skincare problems. And that is a journey in itself. Like, people and skin, like at least ladies and skincare, like it just goes hand to hand, and it's a long journey. And especially if you didn't go to school, you're not really knowledgeable in that. You're kind of just taking things off the shelves and trying whatever it is. So it was nice that I could really educate my guests and like really like
Hmm.
uplift them when they're talking about their intimates. Like, why do I have so much hyperpigmentation? Why do I have all these ingrowns? Why do I have this? Why do I have that? So I kind of just liked that part of being an esthetician or being a waxer, being more intimate
Yeah.
with my clients and learning more about skincare, which I really like more than I liked hair. I feel like hair, it's a very, very large field to cover. It's always something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's hard when you're an esthetician and you don't know exactly what you're looking for. I mean, we all get into this. I mean, I got into it just for makeup, and then I went to school and I was like, man, F this. I do not like makeup.
Hmm.
So and I don't think most people know, like we literally like pay to go to school, right? Like some of us take out student loans. It's like college, but
Hmm.
just a technical school. So once you decide you don't want to do it no more, it's so hard. Like you're already in debt. Like what do you do? So most of us just stick it out for a career
Exactly.
that we don't like. But I like that cosmetology touches based on everything. So that way, if you don't want to do hair, you want to do makeup, you can still do it with your license. If you don't want to do makeup, you want to do nails, you can still do it. So it's like it's so good that you did cosmetology because you get to touch on all the fields.
Hmm.
Now, when you were fresh out of like, because I know COVID was such a crazy time, um, did you feel like you wanted to do your own, like branch out, open up your own place, or did you want to work at a salon to like learn the ins and outs before doing your own thing?
It's funny that you say that because literally fresh out of beauty school, like my graduation gift from my parents was a whole salon thing in my basement. Like they literally got me a sink, a chair, a cabinet, like literally everything for doing hair.
Yeah,
So when I first started, I was like, yeah, like I want to just do hair in my basement, start from the bottom and work all the way up. And then COVID, man, it wasn't that easy. It really wasn't that
yeah,
easy. Not everybody was trusting to go to someone's house or, people just were scared to have that human interaction because they don't want to get sick.
bro.
So,
Do you know we had so during COVID, we shut down, right? So because I have lupus, so like I have immune
oh my
deficiency,
God, yes.
so like I was one of the few that was like, no, like I'm not taking people. And each receptionist, like so I have four receptionists, each receptionist took a phone and an iPad home, so I was able to pay them during COVID. And the amount of calls or text message, like, can you just tell her to wear like a hazmat suit and like come in and wax me? Like I was like the
Like,
audacity of these
Wait,
people.
no.
Erica, you lived here during COVID,
Yeah.
or were you already in
No, I
Florida?
was here.
Oh, I don't
Remember
remember.
Jesse and Ariana were so how Tampa happened. So Tampa, Jesse, you see her, she'll come in from time to time,
Hmm.
blonde. She's mine and CJ's cousin. So she was like a receptionist at the time. And she got into the University of Tampa. She went out here to college. So it was her and her cousin Ariana who came out here to Florida, and they were like, there's no peach bar out here. Like next to the college, there's European and there's the Lunchbox. Those were the only two places. And they were like, they're charging so much. We're college girls. Everyone's shaving. I think if you open up a business out here, we'll do so good. So I was like, I'll open it up, but you guys have to run it. So Jesse was like, I got this. Like, you know what I mean? So we opened one up. We gave her a full staff. She was running it. COVID happened. So Peach Bar Clifton was closed. Peach Bar Tampa was still running because Florida, we don't care. Like we don't
Yeah.
care.
Y'all just let
Like,
anything go.
bro, if we could fight gators, we could fight COVID. Like that's just it.
If y'all
So
could fight them hurricanes, y'all could fight anything.
exactly. Like I ain't fly away. I'm still here. Whatever. So what happened was both of their colleges closed. So Jessie no longer had a dorm room. So I bought her a ticket home because COVID happened right around her birthday. So I was like, here goes a surprise ticket, come home. So she came home. While she was here, her college shut down. She had no return. So
No.
now she's like, what do I do? So her cousin was trying to run it, but then her cousin's roommate left back to New Jersey. So her cousin was like, I can't afford rent on my own. And right at that time, they were like, okay, if you can't afford rent, we could close down the lease for you. So I had to move out here. So once Peach Bar Clifton fully opened, I moved out here to Tampa and then let Jesse take over the Clifton location. So that's how I moved to Florida.
Oh, wow. So really it was in the height of COVID.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So after COVID, I came out here, kind of shut everything down, went back to Jersey. It was just me, Ariana, and Jesse, like taking care of the peach bar, doing the ins and outs. I had opened up a warehouse during that time, selling wax also because I was like, I need more income, got to pay these girls. Because I gave my waxers the option rather to stay on payroll and I'll get a PPP loan in order to pay you guys, or I let you guys go and you guys collect unemployment. So some staff was like, no, I'll stay loyal and take it. And then some people like went on unemployment. So during that time was really hard. So I was like trying to get all income. But yeah, we made it through COVID. I think what really like messed up our industry was COVID. because
100%. That's when you get all the DIYers and
yeah, and I think TikTok just like completely ruined it because everyone's like, "Oh, look, you can wax yourself at home. Like, look, I'm a waxer at
hmm
home." Like, so it just ruined our industry. But at the same time, I think them shutting down state board also ruined it because so many girls would just come into a small business, have us sign your license, and then dip off.
then zip, yup.
So that's where like so when girls come in, I never had like a training, like I never really had a contract like I did now. The reason why our contract and our training came into place was due to um COVID because so many girls, we literally went through, I think within the first year of COVID, like after COVID, we literally went through like 15 waxers because they would come in on the 30 days I was signed and they would return. They would ghost us. Like we
hmm
couldn't find them. So then I was like, all right, I talked to lawyers and they're like, let's do like a contract. So that's how the contract came into place, which is so crazy because you wouldn't even think to do that. You know what I mean? To
No, because you're thinking that, like, especially during that time, like, you want to get in where you could get in because, especially at
yeah.
that time, I feel like not a lot of salons were hiring because they just didn't have the budget. So it's like
Mhm.
if you got a job, you wanted to stick to it, not only for that signature, but because you needed it.
Exactly, which is so crazy because so many people you're just like we're just trying to help people out. We're just trying to help people grow. We're just trying to help people do everything. And no one like really looked at it like that. It kind of makes you think like it's a dog eat dog world like out there.
hmm
Realistically, like that's it. Like I'm out here for myself and only myself. And it's so hard like I think we talked about this a few podcasts ago when we did the New York show. I think from COVID till now, it kind of hit the Peach Bar really, really hard because I'm a very hard person to work for. Like I admit it. Like I demand greatness. Like I don't like any weakness. And Angie could tell you, like as soon as Angie messes up, I'm down her throat because like, bro, you are a representation of me. And if I'm giving you the great, you need to give me greatness. So I know like when it comes to working for me, it's very hard. But once you know the reason why we do what we do, then it's kind of more understandable. I think we talked to Jeanette about it too. Like she was like, now that I see like the whole backside of it and I see like how people really are when they come to like the shows and look at the Peach Bar for like this great place and woman like atmosphere, that's what we kind of want to stand for. So it's just so hard to like take more people in, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because then
because
you
it's
get
like
you
that
get
tough love. You gotta give that tough love because
yeah,
it's if it's not tough, then it's like you get the slips in the crack. You get the
yeah,
falling
like
off.
Angie.
Please, please. No, but I've told Erica this. Every time you're hard on me, I never take it personal. I'm just like, damn, I let her down. Damn. I'm just
Yes,
more disappointed in
Yeah.
me.
yes,
More disappointed in
yes.
me. I'm like, damn.
You know what? Is this because like the Peach Bar is I don't know, the Peach Bar is like my baby. You know what I mean? Like
You literally
that's
birthed
my
this place though. Like,
exactly like it came out of my vagina. So like you know what I mean? Like you gotta take care of it. Like if you're not feeding my baby, we gonna have to throw hands. And I don't really
mm,
want to throw hands.
no,
So, you know?
100%. It's like, and it's like you never know what people's motives are. So, like you said, like you, like a mother, we got to protect it at all
Yeah.
costs, you know?
Because like I'm very one like if you guys are like very communicative and open and honest with me, I'm gonna defend you to the day I die, right? Like we had a just to like show like who I am, like because everyone just sees like the tough like negative side of Erica. They don't really see the positive side. But like we had a trainee come in and like she had some like issues with her license. Like they kept messing up. And she was like, guys, like I'm really down. Like I really need this job. Is there anything we could do? So like I came out of pocket and I paid her rent. Like she doesn't have a contract with me. She doesn't have anything with me. I'm kind of just like, right, here goes like rent. Whenever you finish your contract, whenever you finish your license and figure it out and move it over to New Jersey, you have a place at the Peach Bar. We've been holding her spot for 3 months.
I was gonna say probably
Wow.
longer since like the summer for a
Yeah.
while now.
And so like I'm out like money. Like I gave her money out of my pocket. There's no contract between her and I. Like she could just be like, oh, I got money, dip off. But like we're constant in communication with her, like, hey, how's it going? Do you need my help? This, that, and the third. And that just shows like the backside of the peach bar.
Hmm.
Like even like Jeanette, I love her to death. That chick cannot get to work on time for the life of her. And like we've had, but since I see like such great potential in her, like we like changed her time, her start time, like make sure like you come in at this time, this, that, and the third. Like even Faith's tall ass, like she's lucky she still got a job. But like I I love them so much because I have a personal relationship with them. And it wasn't like Jeanette's been with us for 2 years now. And it wasn't until this year that she saw like my personal side and was like, I don't fear, like she said it yesterday. She's like, I don't fear when you come anymore. Like I get excited. I'm like, you used to fear when I come? Like what? She was like, yeah, I would be like so nervous. Like Erica's coming. I'm like, for what? Like, relax, people. I'm still here. But I mean, it just shows you like the difference. I know you came from European. How would you feel? How do you feel like the vibes are from like European to here? Like, what do you like? What do you don't like?
Yeah.
And you could be
Be
totally honest.
honest. Yeah.
Yes. So like you were just saying, like that's already like a difference in itself. Like I feel like EWC is very corporate, very like I like having like a human like you understand like open communication, things
Yeah,
happen, stuff like that. That's like the biggest difference that I see already. And just like the environment, like it's very much like you help me, I'll help you. Like kind of thing. Like we're all unified, we're all working together as a system to provide the best service that we can to the women and some of the men that we see. But
yeah,
yeah, I would say like I really like the social media aspect. That's what honestly drew me to you guys. Just seeing you guys, the videos on social media, and I've always wanted to be like a content creator, but I just like never got that extra push. So I feel like here I'm getting that push. Like, nah, you better film them videos. Come here for a
Yeah.
video. Like, nah, you want to film, and it's like even helping me in like my personal life, like being more out there, being more outspoken kind of thing. Whereas I feel like in European Wax Center, I had to be very like kind of closed off in a way, like just like sticking to like my room, like being like,
yeah,
in like just like a little corner by myself kind of thing. Like it kind of just felt like me for me, like fending for myself, like not as a team kind of environment, I would say.
yeah. When I
Yeah.
worked at European, it was very like that. I mean, Angie's lucky enough like she didn't have to work at a European. She kind of all she know all she knows is Peach Bar. Um, but like when I worked at European, we couldn't be in each other's rooms, and you couldn't be on the bed, so you had to sit in the little stool on the corner. Um, they also everyone could see your book at European because there was like a screen in the back
That was another
where
thing. Oh
where
my
like
God.
you could see it. So like I'll be like, wait, why does Nyah have Jessica when Jess is my client? Like, and so that would cause like so much tension
The
between the two.
drama, the drama.
And then the manager there had favorites. So like if you weren't selling, she'd be like, okay, you could go home, but keep the person that was selling the most and stuff. But it's like number one, European products, I don't believe in them. I don't think they work. So I couldn't really sell it. And how do you want me to sell something that lasts them like a year, but they come every 4 weeks? Make it make sense. At least our Bush Bomb bottles are this big and it lasts literally a month if you use it every day. So at least I could sell that.
Exactly. And I feel like
So
I feel like there wasn't really much success with the products. Like these clients will
no,
be buying these $40 products and not really seeing a difference. It's like, how do you want me to sell this? And she's still coming to me with the same problem. It doesn't make
yeah,
sense.
and I don't know. It was just like it just wasn't like it wasn't for them. Like I feel like European just taught me to like wax them at a speed. Like that's why my speed is so fast, and I give that to European. Like one thing they taught me was my speed. When it came to technique, I learned technique on my own, but
Hmm.
speed I learned from European, and I feel like that's
Yes,
the only thing they kind of really give you is that speed. But other than that, you kind of got to build yourself up at European. But I would say this, one of our old employees that used to work at European, she had sent us a video because she was a manager at European, and we're European's top competitor.
oh
Little
yeah,
old, little old Peach Bar
a
in the
hundred
state of New
percent.
Jersey is, and
Naya,
she
how
was
did you
like,
hear? How did you hear about us?
So my two friends, they were, well, one of my friends was coming here and then she put me and my other friend on. They were going to Jeanette. And because when I first started waxing at European, I was like, "Oh, guys, come to me, come to me." And then they came to me one time, and they were like, "Yeah, girl, we we can't afford this $70 wax. The half off first time was cool and all, but $70, we can't come back." So I guess then they did their own like waxing spots near me because my friends like they live in the area like Patterson, Hilden,
Yeah,
Elmer
yeah,
Park. So you're the first one that comes up when they search like wax places near me. So then she was going to Jeanette for a minute, and then I was like, shit. I mean, I'm a waxer. I gotta get waxed. I hadn't got waxed before I was a waxer. So then I came here, and Jeanette gave me my first Brazilian. And I was like, oh, girl, I'm scared. And then, yeah, so then that's when I found out about Peach Bar. And then I was telling her, she was like, oh, where do you work? I was like, girl, I work at European. Don't shut me, please. And then she was like, girl, why do you work there? Just you should come here, like whatever, whatever. And then it took me a little minute to like decide because I just had started there. So I
yeah.
wanted to at least like make a year so it don't look crazy on my resume. So thugged it out for a little bit and then I was like, yeah, no, it got so slow to the point where I was seeing 2 people a day. I was like,
Really?
I can't do this. And they hired 2 more people. So I was like, I cannot do this no more, y'all. I'm broke. What am I supposed to do? Can't pay my
I
bills.
think I I think it's so different, like, because so many people come, like, so many European waxers or European receptionists come to the Peach Bar to get waxed, like, so many.
Mm-hmm.
And when you ask them, it's like the wax, we don't like it. But I'm like, then why do you work there? Like, you know what
Yep.
I mean? Like, like, if you don't believe in the wax and you don't believe in the product, then why are you working there? Like, branch
Yep.
off and like do your own thing or work for another business because there's multiple businesses in the state of New Jersey that you could work for. The one place I would say that 10 toes down not to work for is a place in Bloomfield because that chick, you think if you think I'm crazy, yo, 10 toes down, she's crazier than I am.
No shade, no tea. No shade, no
No
tea.
tea. I thank her because if it wasn't for working at that place in Bloomfield, I wouldn't have gotten the courage to open up my own place. But I just think like if you don't fully believe in the place that you work at, then you're never gonna succeed in life. And the
That
only
was
thing I
another thing
ask,
for me. Yep.
yeah, I tell everyone like when you come to the Peach Bar, my job, and I say this all the time on the podcast, my job is to make you the best esthetician so that I know in my heart I put the best waxer out in the world. And I said like I'm giving you all the tools for you to succeed. Like, yeah, my road to success isn't the best, but my track history shows that I put the best. Like if you look at anyone who has left, I made you what you are. You can say what you
Mm-hmm.
want, but I made you what you are. So,
Yeah, you put that backbone, that foundation down, and
dude,
gave them that pedestal.
I be carrying you bitches like Jesus carried the cross.
Her back is broke, y'all. Her back is broke.
Like, yo, my little 5'1" ass cannot carry no more.
The amount
But
of, yeah,
I just think it's different. Like even you, like when you first came on, like our first interaction was very, very hard, I think.
it was
But
so
like
tense. I was like, no. And I'm such an unserious person that took me. I was like, fuck, she hates me. Ah, shit.
no, if I hated you, you would know. You would know. Most people know when I hate them. Like people, you could tell. Like you actually, Jeanette, be like, yeah, you could just tell. Because they all make a joke. They be like, yo, when it's Erica's like funeral, we're just gonna stand out front and be like, nah, she didn't like you, get out, kind of thing.
Like, nah, she really ain't like you. Sorry.
But now, last thing, because CJ likes us to keep it under a certain amount of time before he starts yelling at us. What is one piece of advice that you would give out there to all the waxers in the world?
Hmm. I would say don't take everything personal. Someone will come in the room, they'll have the worst day. They might greet you like, I don't even want to talk to you kind of vibe. But don't match that energy. Just continue how you always are, positive vibes. Don't let that. that negative energy throw you off. And then by the end of the appointment, you might have shifted their whole perspective of how they might go on about their day. You don't want to like, how do I say, add to the negative. You want to kind of bring people up and uplift them. So don't take everything personal. It's not you. They're not mad because they're coming to get waxed. They're mad because their boyfriend just broke up with them. They just got fired. They got in an accident. Don't take those things personal. We're kind of like therapists. You kind of just have
Yeah.
to learn how to navigate through people, if that makes sense. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Well, Nyah, thank you so much for joining us for an episode of Peaches and Tea. It was a pleasure getting to know you more, and hopefully you got to know the peach bar more. And then cheers to lasting a while at the peach bar.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here to stay. Thank you, guys.